Alright, here we are. Day 2. Battery has been slow charging overnight at 2 amps. I went and got a bunch of stuff from O'Reilly's. Not everything is for today, but it is all for the project. Hey, kitty. Hey, kitty. Cat was chilling under there. Gotta clean the carb up a little bit. Been sitting. Then, new filter. I'm gonna hit the carb really quick with some cleaner. Just to, Now, you're supposed to do it with it running. But not gonna be able to do that yet. Some throw bag under here. And then I have to use like a supplement line if I need to. I'm gonna start with this one here. Not ready. That one. Let's keep on out. The clamp is loose. However, the filter does not want to come loose. I definitely don't want it to snap because it is very, very old and fragile. So that clamp is completely loose. I'm going to loosen this one just a hair. Actually, I think I'm going to remove it from the carburetor. Gives me a little bit more line to hold whatever fuel is in there, hopefully. Alright. Okay. There's some fuel there. I'm just trying to keep all this old fuel from dumping down. Let me see if I can get this around it. There. Count 2, 1, 4. There. Oops. Alright, here goes nothing. Yeah, there's a little bit passing through. The doctor will see you now. Alright, to carb. Day 2, and fuel filter has been replaced. Starting to see some of the sediment come up from the tank, which the good thing is it's starting to pump, so I feel good about that. And I'll just spend another $7 and get a new filter once that is all handled, and I feel good about it. Alright, so what we're going to do is we are going to take this carburetor and swap it with the other one so we can get that thing moving. Actually, the accelerator pump is bad. It'll rock. So I'm just gonna swap this one out. Alright, so got throttle linkage disconnected, got the gas line disconnected. This line is old and brittle. That's for the booster. So let me get these out of the way and try and get this off. And as best I can. There we go. It's tight. Alright. So we're all disconnected at this point. I know there's a little bit of fuel in the bowl because we test it. Alright. That'll fit. Oh yeah, there we go. this one off. QFT right here. So I'm going to go ahead and pull the other one off, and we're going to see what we got to do to get it to fit. This looks like the factory intake. Alright, so I'm getting low on battery, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pause really quick here. We're going to get this thing off, get it on the bench, and get the other one ready to go on here, and I'll circle back if anything crazy happens. And it's tightening into the intake. It's not loosening. There we go. Hang on. Nice. Hey. It's good. Lock washer helped. Now, can I do it without pulling the stud right back out? Let's see. Alright, so we are wrapping up day 2. Did not expect it to contain a carb swap, but here we are. At least I know this one is getting gas. So that's a bonus. I'm just going to go around, make sure everything, up I got the right wrench, make sure everything's tight, and I think we're going to fire it up. So, carb is on there. Fuel lines are secured. Let's give it a shot. What's the worst that can happen? We got a runner. I don't see any leaks. Just want to make sure everything's goody over here. Yeah, I don't see any fuel leaks at all. We're moving it. It is happening. Put my box of tools over here. Turn that off. I'm going to put the air cleaner on it. I have a camera on photo, so you probably got one good photo. It moved, but we're able to back it around this building. So we did this little path right there. That's where it's been sitting. Now, here she is. I call that a good day 2. Here we are, day 3. Moved it. Had no brakes at all. Master cylinder was empty. Obviously going to check for leaks. I was able to top it off and get a little bit of a pedal, but need to bleed everything. I don't see anything too crazy going on there. Working on the brake booster. Trying to get this sanded down. Get the engine bay cleaned up. Looking good. That way we can get it painted up. You know, as far as paint, you know, there's definitely some slots that are going to need to be cleaned really well before everything else in here that I want to get rid of, so it can be properly cleaned and painted up. Good news is anything living in here, got the living crap scared out of it yesterday, including that lizard. Rest in peace. He was wrong place, wrong time. Definitely wrong place, wrong time. Get soaked with degreaser. Let that all sit for a little bit. Come back around the brush. We know it needs it. Rub the crap out of it. These brushes are great, by the way. Yeah, see, this is just built up and nasty. This whole front suspension needs a good detail. That's just caked on there. Cracks and crevices. Might have to go up a notch to some brake clean, to be honest. See what it looks like when we wipe it. That's not terrible. We'll wipe it. We're still working on that tree across the street. Alright, well, the good news is it looks a heck of a lot better. Oh, this looks a lot better. This alarm could probably come out. Doesn't even look like it's hooked up anymore. Just going area by area. I really don't want to run a hose down here. I would like to keep everything as dry as possible until we really get an idea of what's going on. Cleaning it, I'll be able to tell if and where we got leaks. come through here with some compressed air. Sorry, lizard, you gotta take your burnt carcass elsewhere. Yeah, I'm not. All right. Let that all dry up really good. There's definitely some leaks on the front brakes. I can see the fluid built up there. I would like to get a little paint on this, so we're gonna bag some stuff off. Tape some stuff. Alright, a little paint on there. Little building strokes. Alright, a little paint on there. Little building strokes. Look from the other side here. You know, with it running well, obviously it's going to need some things, but I'm trying to go area by area and at least get it cleaned and looking good, unless I see where there's a problem that needs to be handled. A lot of that, I believe, is going to be underneath the car. Some leaks, power steering possibly, maybe some brake lines. I'll look into the car in a minute and see if I'm getting any puddles. But, you know, I want to get area by area at least looking good. That way, when it comes time to do the body and buff this out, I'm not leaning over it to do all the other stuff and getting the interior looking good is another thing on the list. But right now, really, it's running. I want to get this looking good in here. And so that's what we're going to keep working on. Alright, so inside looks pretty good. I need to get over and clean the other side before I start painting that, but I don't want to kick up any dust over here. I'm going to uncover the alternator, and that bracket's going to need it, but I think I can hit that by hand, or possibly just drop the alternator and do that. But as you can see, it's already looking a lot better over on that side compared to what we were dealing with over on this side here. You can see kind of hard with the sun, but you can see it's just old. That's it, just old. You know, I'd like to do some highlights on the fuel lines. Obviously, leave that thermostat cover nice and shiny. Water pump, get that painted up and looking good. I'm gonna obviously test to make sure it's flowing well, so we're not painting something that needs to be replaced. But you know, this wiring area over here, this box luckily isn't cracked, just a lot of cobwebs. And this, you know, aftermarket alarm system, which honestly I don't really want to mess with. We've made it this far. I don't feel like chasing wiring issues. So unless we're 100% positive it's disconnected, I'm just not even going to mess with it. The cable for the hood release, though, that thing's about to snap. So I need to remember to get one of those. But we're already looking better over there. Alright, I'm gonna get cleaning over here. Now to evict the spider webs. I'm gonna try. Tell you what, this camera is not enjoying the sun. I'm going to knock off any loose paint. Now, I'm going to have to, when I pull the wheels, I can already see there's some spiders chilling and living in down there. So when that area is pulled, I'll finish the detailing on these upper control arms. But I'm not going to be able to jack it up today. I don't have a lot of time. Tomorrow is Thanksgiving. And, well, I've got a list of honeydews from the wife that need to be done because we're hosting. So I had a few minutes this morning to work on it. So that's my plan. Make a little bit of progress at least today. This side's got to be blown out. There is just dust and debris everywhere. Just grind, you know. Wish this box didn't have any paint on it. I'd like to keep it original, the overflow here, but I don't think that's going to happen. These will polish up nice. Some steel wool. Yeah, there's just some stuff that'll be a stopping point. Other stuff I'll be able to work with. Head intake is definitely going to need to be cleaned. I'm going to throw another coat on this. Look from the other side here. You know, with it running well, obviously it's going to need some things, but I'm trying to go area by area and at least get it cleaned and looking good, unless I see where there's a problem that needs to be handled. A lot of that, I believe, is going to be underneath the car. Some leaks, power steering possibly, maybe some brake lines. I'll look into the car in a minute and see if I'm getting any puddles. But, you know, I want to get area by area at least looking good. That way, when it comes time to do the body and buff this out, I'm not leaning over it to do all the other stuff. And getting the interior looking good is another thing on the list. But right now, really, it's running. I want to get this looking good in here. And so that's what we're going to keep working on. Alright, so inside looks pretty good. I need to get over and clean the other side before I start painting that, but I don't want to kick up any dust over here. I'm going to uncover the alternator. And that bracket's going to need it, but I think I can hit that by hand, or possibly just drop the alternator and do that. But as you can see, there's the driver's side. Can't tell if we bolted down. Nope, this isn't even bolted down, so that's great. Even easier. Alright, let's look at the passenger side. Oh yeah, that's how they're getting up in there. They're crawling right in through there. It's the rodent superhighway. We know we've got engine bay looking a little better. Probably gonna go over with a flat black. And then inside, I'm gonna be getting it back to my house in a few days. But inside, I got a better idea of the metal repair that's got to be done. Yeah, there's still a lot of solid, but like I want to obviously, I'm probably gonna bring that all the way over here, because that's solid over here. That's solid up there, but you know, up in here, not so much. That's nice and solid, and then patch this back in here. This side's good. Clean that up a little bit. And then passenger side, we know there's a lot more. That floorboard right here on the tunnel, rear seat mount and seatbelt mount. Obviously want to make sure that that is good. Clean up all this surface rust, and you know, get that looking and a little bit more secure. That door, both doors actually, a little bit of a issue in the front. Gonna see what I can do about that. Again, this is not a full restoration. This is a, hey, let's get it to where someone has a good starting point to restore it, or make it, you know, their project car, and slowly but surely work on it, but know that it runs. And a lot of the stuff that most people can't or don't know how to do or want to do is handled, so they can worry about getting it painted the color they want. You know, the interior is going to be good, because that's a big expensive challenge for people, but we get the interior handled. That's something that, you know, I enjoy doing as well. So we'll get it looking, driving good, and all they're gonna have to do is, you know, put their finishing touches on it, and let's go. They were in there, they aren't now. probably going to be one of the final times we work on it here before it gets home. But got a good idea of what it looks like. Clean. I'm waiting to see if I don't hear anything moving around in there. Hopefully they know this is their eviction notice. Let's end day 3 by firing her up.